Boy, trying to wrap my mind around all this information I got on this record about the songwriters. Love to talk about the songwriters, and the people behind the scenes, the unsung heroes of some of these hit records. Although, admittedly, this song was not a very big hit, but a Quiet Storm classic. Lovey dovey. Keep the lights down low. Keep the curtains closed, please. Love Always by Debarge at number 22 on my fantasy playlist, up 5 from 27. Fantasy playlist of September 6, 1986. Love to get to the R&B back in the day because this record didn't do much of anything on Billboard's Hot 100. Peaked at number 43. That is it. But the first single off that solo album, Who's Johnny, a big hit, top 20, top 10, top 20, back in the spring of 1986. Remember watching the video. Always like going back to those videos used to watch on night tracks back in the 80s, mid 80s. They played the heck out of Who's Johnny by Debarge. But let's get back to this record, Love Always, written by Burt Bacharach, Bruce Roberts, and Carol Bayer Sager. Burt Bacharach written all those records from Dionne Warwick with Hal David back in the 60s. Bruce Roberts teamed up with Andy Goldmark and wrote Oh People by Patti LaBelle, which came up at number 23 on my fantasy playlist. So just got through talking about Bruce Roberts. Carol Bayer Sager, I gotta talk about her for just a minute. She co-wrote Groovy Kind of Love with Tony Wine, which was a massive hit by Mindbenders back in the spring of 1966. She wrote with Burt Bacharach and Christopher Cross. She wrote Author's Theme, fall of 1981. Monster hit for Christopher Cross. Burt Bacharach again teaming up with Burt Bacharach, writing That's What Friends Are For, featuring Dionne Warwick, Stevie Wonder, Elton John. Gosh, I can't remember. There's a couple other people who was on that record, but you probably remember it. One of my favorites that Carol Bayer Sager wrote. Yes, with Peter Allen. Well, she wrote the lyrics to this record, Don't Cry Out Loud by Melissa Manchester, back in 1976. Yeah, fantastic record by Melissa Manchester. A lot of people don't remember this. Carol Bayer Sager, she released about 3 albums of her own. One in 1977, self-titled, her first album, solo, and it was she had this song out called You're Moving Out Today, a song that she wrote with Bette Midler and Bruce Roberts. It's a nice little record. I'm going to try to get that on my Spotify playlist, but a very minor hit though, back in 1977. Nowhere near the top 40, but still delightful. Carol Bayer Sager. She did have a hit, very minor hit. I think it was called Stronger Than Before or something like that. That was in 1981 off her third album. But she wrote this song, Love Always, along with Burt Bacharach and Bruce Roberts. A lot of talent went to this album. Songwriting talent went to this album by Debarge. Let me give you some more information. Secrets of the Night, written by Albert Hammond and Diane Warren. They wrote Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now by the Starship. Diane Warren, she's got 3 songs on here that she's written. Private Line and Don't Say It's Over, and that song she written with Albert Hammond. And I Want to Hear It From My Heart, written by Diane Warren. She wrote Rhythm of the Night by Debarge. She's written a number of hit records by Celine Dion as well, Diane Warren. She's still doing some songwriting now. Secrets of the Night. One more thing about this album by Debarge. Secrets of the Night. Guess who sang back up on that record? Vanity. Of Vanity 6. A Prince's group. One of Prince's projects. Although she sang on Nasty Girl and Pretty Mess. She was an actress too, Vanity. That's not a real name. I forgot her real name. But she appeared in a movie with John Stamos called Never Too Young to Die, and you might remember her in the movie Action Jackson, which came out in 1988. I remember watching the promos to that movie back in the day, in the late 80s. But anyway, let's get back to this record, Love Always by Debarge. A respectable number 22, showing a little bit of love for this record. At number 22 on my fantasy playlist, September 6, 1986.